just me.
Hey, this is Eric with GenXGlow.com. I'm here in Asheville, North Carolina with Danny the Wildchild. This is the day after the massive that Ashevillian Entertainment threw down with a bunch of headliners here. Let's see, how do you think the crowd was last night?
It was a good time, man. I was really impressed with the venue. The venue was pretty fat. It was a decent sized stage, nice trussing, lighting, sound, so it's good energy.
What'd you think of the crowd?
You know what, man, I kind of got in somewhat late, but man, they honestly were waiting for me, and I can tell the vibe was right as soon as I got in, because I can feel the fingers pointing at me. There he is. He made it. There he is. So it was a good time. So I just went up there and did my thing instantly off the bat.
Yeah, man, people were going crazy on the dance floor. I didn't see one person with their ass sitting down.
I try not to give him a break, and I just want to like.
Yeah, as soon as you rolled in there, you're just like heavy,
exactly.
and everyone is just like, ah.
Right.
It was good. All right, so let's get into about you. You know.
All right.
Tell us about, you know, where the Wildchild name originated from, and some of your influences.
All right. Well, for those that haven't read the interview or the bio and whatnot, I guess I've been the Wildchild since I was about 12 years old, because I've been a DJ for that long of a time. Due to my older brother was a mobile DJ, so like me growing up, there was decks in the house, so it's like, you know, either play Nintendo or go in the basement and watch my brother play with his deck. So eventually I learned the tricks of the trade and kind of put my dues in, and did a few weddings and birthday parties and graduation parties.
The dues, for sure.
Exactly, for sure. So just kind of started off from there, and I was fortunate enough to be taught on professional equipment, you know what I mean? Like,
definitely.
14 years old, Technique 1200s were there, and
Nice.
I knew that those are the ones, and they still haven't changed to this day. 2009 Technique 1200s, turntables, not CDJs, turntables.
Turntable, yeah. We saw a lot of vinyl last night.
But still.
And again, you walked in there, man. You were laying some track.
Yeah,
it was just like boom, boom, boom,
honestly,
boom.
it's you know, it's a routine. I already know where the energy goes. You know what I mean, with my routines when I make. So it's like the majority of my gigs that I play are main dance floor, rave,
definitely.
Or, you know, so it's like it's not definitely not on a chill vibe. So it's like it's got to hit them with that energy.
Cool.
And,
so I was reading a little bit about, you know, you were playing some hip hop, you know, and how has that leaked into your vibe?
Well, that's my roots. My roots is hip hop. Like all throughout high school, all I wanted to do was just like be the dopest hip hop DJ and scratch battle DJ, and I used to enter the DMC competitions and all that. So. Yeah, like I said, we're 2009. The last competition I entered was in maybe 97. So at this point, I still practice every day. I still scratch. I incorporate my turntablist skills at my events whenever I get a chance to play. What I do is I kind of wait for I give a scratch intro because everyone knows me for that. So back to the hip hop thing, that's where that came from, you know what I mean? Just being a hip hop DJ, I've learned to scratch at an early scene, or at an early time in the scene when, you know, just pretty much hip-hop heavy, scratching and battling and all that. But like I said, now we're in 2009. If you can't beat them, join them. So I kind of judge the DMC battles every year in Chicago, and anything that's got associated to do with DJ battling, I'm somewhat involved. Not in the battling point of view, but as like working it, either being a judge or some kind of sponsorship there to like show support, and mainly being a judge, you know.
And is that an annual event?
Well, the DMC battle comes around Chicago, and then the Guitar Center has spin-off battles too, and there's a bunch of little different battles too. I also teach turntablist classes in Chicago at the Old Town School of Folk Music, which is an actual school. It's not just
wow.
It's an actual. So
I can get credit for learning that.
It's a musical school. It's a musical school. You can learn how to break dance. You can learn how to play guitar, play piano, and now you can learn how to be a turntablist. It's not a DJ class. I'm there to like teach them the difference between a DJ and a turntablist, why we like the 2-channel battle mixers, why we like the turntable setup sideways, and why we don't use headphones and we read stickers instead of, you know.
And you see a good turnout, a lot of interest.
Well, it's funny because it's all ages. Yeah, totally. So I see some of the stars in like people's eyes when I was young and like watching my brother. My brother had this one guy that would come over and scratch, and like every time he would come over, I'd be like, man, look at that dude's the baddest. You know what I mean? Like that was the dopest thing I've ever seen. So like me being the teacher now, and the other side of things, I see the people come in and just get hella excited.
Sure.
Because basically the way the class works is I give an hour-and-a-half presentation and I showcase, and then I break them up into pairs. I'm only limited to have 10 students because of the time framing, but I break them up into pairs and I give them 15 minutes each hands-on. So some of them are DJs, some of them have no clue, but they've seen the movie Scratch or the movie Juice, and they've seen videos, so they just kind of like wanted to see a one-on-one. And some are even fans that are just like, well, shit, I pay, excuse my language, but I pay some money to go see you at an event. Why not pay a fee and like one-on-one? And you're like, you know, I'm talking to the students, so it's cool, man. But yeah, that's
sounds like a ride.
To answer your hip hop question, I mean, that's how I incorporate. Drum and bass is my love. It is what I represent when I travel all around the U.S. But I'm just fortunate enough that I get to incorporate the turntablism with the drum and bass, and that's why I feel that I'm pretty busy and I'm doing my thing, you know.
Definitely, man.
I kind of stand out to the side, so
it was good.
It works out for me.
Well, you were definitely standing out in the front last night. So you know, you've been in this game for a while, drum and bass. Tell us a little bit about, you know, your point of view on the progression of drum and bass and how you kind of see that you've contributed, you know, to its growth.
Okay, well, man, I've been over a decade now pushing the music, traveling and whatnot, and it definitely changes every year. And I have put several mixtapes and mix CDs out in the past until this day. As a matter of fact, last night someone was talking about the Jungle Book. Every time, no matter what city, where I'm at, someone's always talking about the Jungle Book. And the Jungle Book was released in like maybe 1996, and it was a 6-cassette VHS type thing, and it was 6 tapes, me being one, Phantom 45, Dr. Groove, Snuggles, Caspa, and 3D. So we're all Chicago DJs, and that was just like the early point of things when drum and bass was like first starting out, and I guess that mix kind of helped me out too. And man, it's came a long way. Drum and bass changes every year, the style changes every year, and like I was saying, to this day, people are always talking about the Jungle Book, and they want me to play a song off the Jungle Book. Keep in mind, that was like over a decade ago, so it's like, I don't have that music no more. It's like a whole new different thing. It's 2009, and I'm very happy where Jump Up is now. I've always been happy with drum and bass, but now it's just like, the technology nowadays and the way people are producing music, different soft synth computers and Fruity Loops and Cubase, and just everyone's got their own little formula, and everyone's like just nerding out and just making these wicked tunes with these different soft synths and whatnot. So obviously it's changed, and the Jump Up where it's at now, it's just like a big wobble bass sound, and it's very, very big out in West Los Angeles. Like Los Angeles would be one of the main spots where the kids are calling out tunes to me, and it's like kind of weird because they're not DJs, they're just like raver kids, and they're asking me to like play this tune and play that tune. It's like they're educated up on the new stuff. So I mean, me being from the Midwest, I'm born and raised in Chicago. I'm definitely not planning on moving anywhere. I do my fair share of traveling and representing the music, but I do have my eye open, and I do see the different cities and, you know, how everything's coming along. And I feel pretty important in the scene because, like, you know, I bring it to the Midwest. I know what the West Coast is going on, and I see it, and it's kind of sad because we had that going on 10 years ago. Because, I mean, that's when, you know, it was heavily raved. But
it's like massives every weekend.
Exactly. But yeah, don't get me wrong. I mean, the drum and bass scene is still pretty strong, and there's a bunch of different weeklies, and I've actually enjoyed something a little more intimate like last night versus a 4,000 people massive where like it's just a rave circus and kids are everywhere.
Sure,
it's
definitely.
like, what time are you spinning? Like, they don't know.
You see, like, you don't see people, you see
right.